Hello and welcome back to our English classroom. Today we are going to discuss about Unit 10 and it is about planning and evaluation. So let's begin. In our previous classes we have discussed about the macro teaching. Now it is high time to discuss about micro teaching. Okay, macro teaching is the whole classroom that is for 40 to 45 minutes and it is the whole classroom, and micro teaching is actually the part of the whole teaching classroom, is actually the dramatization of the whole classroom. Okay, so the teaching of a small unit of content to the small group of students, that is 6 to 10, in a small amount of the time, that is 5 to 7 minutes, means micro teaching. Do you understand? Now, what are the characteristics of micro teaching? Obviously, the duration of teaching as well as the number of students is less here. You can understand, because here the students who are present like 6 to 10 students, and also the time is allotted for 5 to 7 minutes only. And the content is divided into smaller units, which makes the teaching very much easier, and only one teaching skill is considered at a time. And there is a provision of immediate feedback, which is very much necessary. Okay, so this is all about micro teaching, and it is the characteristics of micro teaching. So now move to the next slide. In micro teaching cycle, there is facility of replanning, reteaching and re-evaluation. Okay, because after planning, after teaching and after evaluation, if there is a feedback which is negative, okay, so if you have the negative feedback, then you can replan, you can reteach, you can re-evaluation. So that is the facility of micro teaching. Not only that, the class consists of a small group to 6 to 10 students, that you have already known about it, and also the duration of time is already discussed, that is 5 to 7 minutes. Yes, that is the least of teaching skill. It means that how many skills are there in micro teaching. Yes, there are 5 skills you can see from here. First of all, it is the skill of integration through correlation of subjects. Like correlation is very much important for the learning, because we all know that now it is the very high time to have the integrated learning, right? Like like soil. So I'm giving an example, that soil, soil, soil means mati, right? So soil is actually an English word. Okay, so the word is coming from English subject. So being a teacher, you are now writing the word soil on the blackboard. Soil is the word which is coming from English word. Okay, soil means mati. So you can also write mati on the blackboard, and mati is actually a Bengali word. So it is related also to the Bengali subject. Okay. Not only that, now mati is also related to geography. Not that? Yes, obviously. Mati is obviously related, soil is obviously related to the geography subject. So at the same time, the word is related to the English subject, and its meaning is also related to the Bengali subject, and obviously the word is also related to the geography subject. Not only that, but also Mati is also related to the science, right? Because there are lots of experiments belonging from science, on soil. So soil is a word which is also very much associated with the science subjects. So it is called integration, it is called correlation of different subjects at the same time. So this is the basic idea you have to put in the very little mind of your little learners. Okay, that is the first skill. Now the second skill, the skill of facilitating child-centric lesson. It means Shishu Kendrik Shikha. So here you can understand, we all know that in today's psychology, educational psychology, it is, always to be told us to us that the lesson or the learning or the teaching should be child centric, not the teacher centric. So here it is the, all the focus is given to the child centric learning. Okay, that is your second skill. Now number 3, it is the skill of encouraging learners to inquire. Okay, because maximum times we can see in the class that there are so many little learners, sometimes they can feel shy to have their questions to express before their teachers, right? So it is our duty, it is the duty or the responsibility of the teacher to make our learners very much motivated, very much encouraged, that they can have their query to ask, that they can ask any question to ask, if any kind of question may have in their mind, and they can express to us. So it is our responsibility to make them encouraged, to give them encouragement, okay, to give them motivation, or to make them very much motivated to their learning. That is about your third skill. Okay, now it is the time of fourth skill. Fourth skill is the skill of observation in learners. Yes, observation is very very much necessary in case of learning. If we didn't learn that how to observe the nature, or how to observe whatever we have before us, then we can't learn properly. Okay, or maybe there can be any kind of deficiency in your learning. So first of all, we have to learn that how to observe the things we have before us. So it is very much necessary that we should put this skill into the learners to have the observation skill. In this skill, you can have some kind of models in your hand. You are entering into the classroom, you have some kind of attractive model in your hand, some kinds of chart in your hand, or maybe some projector there present in the classroom, and you are asking your learners, can you say what you are seeing there in the chart, or can you say that what is the model about? Okay, so the TLM obviously related to the topic you are going to deliver that day. So the learners, they learn to observe the thing, and they can understand that what is the model or what can be that picture, and they learn that how to observe each and every thing that is present in the classroom, which is very much necessary. So to make them observative, it is also a part that they are making their brain very much active. They are also being very much active in the classroom by making them observative. So it is also the responsibility of the teacher to make them observative. Now number 5, it is the skill of performing art with the learning situation, which is very much interesting, because like I'm giving an example. You are going to teach a poem, you are going to recite a poem which is in your English textbook already. So now, with reciting the poem, you are now performing a drama associated with the poem. And you are now move your hands and your legs, your face. There will be facial expression, there will be gestures from your body, and you are asking 3 to 4 learners to be present on the dais, and they are also playing the same role whatever you are doing then. Okay, so it is called performance based art. Okay, it is an art, and they are performing also to see you, to see the teacher. Okay, and they are actually learning the poem. Okay, they are performing the art, and at the same time they are also learning, they are also reciting the poem, and it is the situation of the learning. And this is the skill of performing art with the learning situation. So by this kind of skill, the classroom situation will be very much comfortable, which would be very much cozy for the students to learn the lesson. So it is the responsibility of the teacher to make that or to have that into the classroom for the sake of good learning, fruitful learning of your learners. Okay, so now move to the next slide. Now it is about the advantages of micro teaching. It focuses on sharpening and developing our specific teaching skills and limiting error. Because while we have already the lesson plan, while we have already the teaching plan, the errors should be limited in order, right? It obviously enables understanding of behavior, which is very much important in classroom teaching. It increases the confidence of the learner teacher. Learner teachers means the trainee teacher, means you who are now learning that how can be a teacher, how the teacher should be, how the teacher or where the teacher should apply the techniques or methods or approaches to have a very fruitful classroom, a very successive classroom in manner, right? So it increases the confidence of the learner teacher. It's a vehicle of continuous training for both the beginners and for senior teachers. For beginners means like you, who are the trainee teachers, and also for senior teachers it's like a vehicle. And obviously, it provides expert supervision and constructive feedback, which is very much necessary. Now move to the next slide. Yes, here it is written the micro teaching, the circle. First of all, you have to make the plan that how should be the micro teaching, how should be the teaching, what should be there, how should be that, and why should be that. So you have to make the proper plan. Then after making the plan, you are now going to teach. After teaching, you are now taking the feedback from your learners. If the feedback is very much negative, then you have to replan, and then you have to reteach, and after reteaching you have to collect re-feedback. It is the very much cyclic order of micro teaching. Okay, so now move to the next slide. Now it is about continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Guys, it is very much important because in your examination maximum time is a question that what is the full form of CCE. Okay, so try to remember in your mind, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. You know that continuous and comprehensive evaluation refers to a system of school-based action of students that covers all aspects of a student development, right? The term continuous is meant to emphasize that evolution of identified aspects of a student's growth and development is a continuous process and is spread over the entire span of academic session. The second term, comprehensive, means that the scheme attempts to cover both the scholastic and the co-scholastic aspects of our student growth and development. Okay, so that is all about the continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Now move to the next slide. Yes, now it is about action research. Action research is very much good thing to know for the teachers. Action research is a form of investigation, okay, that is designed for using by the teachers to attempt to solve the problems. Because being a teacher, maybe that there may be so many problems in the school background or educational institution. So being a teacher, it is our responsibility to how we know that how we should solve or how we solve the problem. Okay, so that is for action research. Action research, it is to improve your professional practice also in their own classrooms, and it involves systematic observations and data collection, which can be then used by the practitioner researcher in reflection, decision making, and in the development of more effective classroom strategies. So that is for all about action research. Now move to the next slide. The steps of action research, it means that how we can be prepared for action research, how we can do the action research. Okay, first of all, identification of the problem of topic. Okay, first of all, we have to identify the what is the problem is going on. Okay, then we have to gather the data on that. After gathering data, we have to make decision that what can be the solution. Okay, now resulting action, now we can get the result after that, after making solution. And last of all, it is the assessment or evaluation. That is very much necessary also, because only to identify or gathering or making decision or have the result, not that, we should also make the evaluation or the assessment, that either the problem is sought out properly or not. Okay, so the last thing is the evaluation or assessment, and that are the steps of action research. Now move to the next slide. Now it is about the purpose of action research. Okay, what should be the purpose? Why we do action research? Teachers should have multiple opportunities to engage in professional growth and development, right? That is very much true. Good teachers have an intrinsic desire to improve their practices and need data to do so, right? And to empower the teachers to improve their teaching practices by testing innovative ideas of their own. Okay, so it is all about the purposes of action research. Now move to the next slide. Thank you very much. That is all about your unit 10. Now all the units are completed. So take care and stay safe. Thank you very much.